Hello everyone and welcome back to 𝐬𝐨𝐝𝐞 educational channel. So in this video it is very important, we are going to discuss important tips for attending a PhD interview. Yes, some tips you have to follow before attending the interview and some at the time of interview. So this is what I have known from my small experience and I want to share this with you all. So let's start today's video. So the first tip is, you may be going for any institute, that can be IISER, IISC, IITs or any central universities anywhere in our country. So first thing you should do is the profile check. Yes, this is not the profile check of your Facebook account, of your Instagram account. This profile check will be the profile check for the faculties, for the professors which are present in the department in which you are going to apply. So this is very important. So how to do this profile check? This is very important. You have to go to the website of that institute and you have to log in to their department in which you are enrolling. So go to each and everyone's profile. So everywhere it will be available, the faculties, and try to know his or her field of work. So what works they are going, you should know from there, and most importantly, you should send a mail before the interview. So this is important. In many cases, it has been seen that if you are sending a mail to the professor under which you are going to join, then he or she will be having an impression during the interview that yes, this guy has sent me the email and I know him or her before. So you will be getting a little more priority than others. So go for profile check. The second tip is, be clear with your interests. So this is also before the interview and this is very important and the most important one among the 10 tips which we are going to deal today. So you should be knowing what work you are going to do in the PhD work. So this is important. It is not that you are eligible or you are efficient in 2 or more fields, but you have to be focused on only one field where you are going to apply for that institute, so that it will be very easy for you to answer in the Viva and to know what work you are going to do in the PhD. So that is the main thing. Be clear with your interest. Let's move to the third tip. So the third tip is, don't cross the boundaries. So what is this boundary? So previously we have known that we have to know what works are going in the department through the profile check. Now we are ready with what we want to do. And the third thing which is important is, don't cross the boundary. That means, for example, in some institute, all the works are going on water parameters, water sampling, water quality measurement. But if you go for the interview with the proposal with the having the air quality measurement, so don't you think that it will be very different and you will be getting less chance of getting the chance for PhD? Yes, it will be very less because their boundary lies in the water. And if you are making proposals for air, it is very less chance that they will be considering your proposal. So don't cross their boundary. The fourth tip is, what are the questions asked? This is not the tip, actually this is the questions which is running in everyone's mind before going for the interview. What are the questions they will be asking? So let me tell you, be clear with the basics. Yes, for example, if you are from the environmental science, you should be knowing the greenhouse gases, the global warming potentials of the important gases, and what are the environmental lags. So these are the basics of environmental science. So they'll be asking very simple question, believe me, and they'll not ask to do any numerical or do some more very difficult problems. So they'll be asking basics question, and I hope you will be able to answer all this. So they will be very easy from the MSc level. So the fourth tip is, be clear with your own basics for your subject. Let's move to the next tip. The next tip is, be thorough with your thesis. Yes, what is this thesis? So in masters, in MSc, most of the universities are having the dissertation work or project work which will be having the thesis report or thesis file. So you have to carry this thesis report along with you, and all the things which you have done in the work, you have to be thorough and you have to be confident for the questions which will be asked from your thesis part. So they can ask you to submit the thesis, they will ask the questions from your report only. So I hope you'll be able to answer. So this is the thing, that you should be thorough with your work which you have done, and it should be very much clear all the concepts involved in your thesis. So here I would like to say that if this thesis work is not having any relation with your PhD proposal, then no problem at all. So you all will be thinking that I have done this work in masters, so how can I prepare the thesis or how can I prepare the proposal on the basis of different topic from that? So it can be different, no need to worry about that. You should be confident in both the thing, that is with your thesis and with the proposal which you are taking. Let's move to the next tip. The next tip is very important, that is, be ready with 2 proposal formats. Yes, so you will be taking the proposed formats for the PhD which you are going to do. So it is not necessary that every time your proposal will be accepted, you will be selected, but they will be giving you certain other work in PhD, so you should accept that, and after that you can change that. So no need to worry about that. And this should be in two formats. What are these two formats? First, you have to take in presentation, that is PPT, with maximum of 10 slides. So that will be the PPT format. Second format will be in the written format, that is printed form you have to also take. So in some cases they will be asking PPT to present, in some cases they will be asking for the hard copy. Let's move to the next step. The next step for the interview is choose doable objectives. So doable objectives means the things, the work which are able to do, which you can be able to do, which are not that much complicated, and practically possible objectives. So your objectives should be practically possible, and it should not be the out of the box and very, very difficult. So that should be very simple and very doable objectives. Let's move to the next tip. Next tip is don't forget the CV. Yes, this CV is, many of the students are forgetting CV while going for the interview because they think what is the need of this CV? You should take the CV for the job purpose, but it is not the case. You should carry your CV along with you, because in CV you should write all your achievements, your experiences where you have done your work in some institutes, and also if you're having knowledge of some instruments, such as for example in case of environmental science, if you're having the idea of handling AAS, that is atomic absorption spectroscopy, or if you know GCMS, any instrument which is highly efficient and important for the scientific work, then you should mention that I have the knowledge of handling this instrument. You should mention wherever you have gone for presenting paper, so that it will attract the interviewers to select you and they'll be having the greater impact. So don't forget the CV while going for the interview. Let's move to the next tip. So the next tip is be confident and honest. So this is everything, everywhere you will be finding that be confident while going for the interview, be honest. So what is this honesty? Honesty means if someone is asking the question and if you don't know the answer, don't bluff. Simply say, I don't know, sir, and don't try to bluff them, because they are the senior most scientists and senior most professors. They will be knowing everything. So no need to bluff, be honest. And even if they are asking the questions from your proposal, you can say that, yes, we may look further for its improvement, or you can change the topic afterwards. So be confident and honest. Let's move to the next tip. This tip is very, very important. Yes, why I'm telling very, very important? Because this tip is don't be afraid of the seats or institute. So many of you will be having the query that there are only limited seats, I will not be getting the seats, and many will be thinking this institute is very, very demanding, this is higher institute, how can I get selected in this institute? So don't be afraid of these things, because this is not in your hand. You have to perform on the day of interview, and seats only you need one seat, and institute doesn't discriminate based on the student, based on the qualification. They will judge you based on the performance on the day of interview. So my sincere request to you, don't think you are not capable and the seat belongs to other. So be confident. Let's move to the next tip. The next tip is institute does not matter. Yes, any institute, if you're going for the PhD work, it doesn't matter whether it is Central University, whether it is IIT, whether it is State University. The thing which matters is your guide and your work. So if two things are easy and simple, then your PhD will be a very, very smooth way. Don't think that this institute is good, I will go for this one, I will not go for any lower rank institute. And you should not waste your time by waiting for certain institute, because the competition is increasing day by day. You can wait for 1 year maximum, but you should not wait for a particular institute. So choose wisely, because decision is always yours. So at last, I would like to say that if you want me to make a video on how to make PhD proposals or SOP, that is statement of purpose, then comment me in the comment section. I will try to make a video on that. And if you like this video, share it with your friends and connect with us through Telegram and Instagram channel also. So see you guys in our next video, and all the best for the interview.